What's up, little fucking midgets? Welcome back to another trader recap. Today is Wednesday, October 11th. Okay. Can I just make a statement here that I predicted the market like a motherfucker? Like a motherfucker. Okay? I predicted it like a motherfucker. All right. Let's get into it. I'm also going to pull up my notes at the same time that I'm talking to this. This way I can refer. We're just going to close this out real quick. Don't know why my tabs are like this. I should have way more stuff over here. I'm going to fix it later, but we're going to focus on SPX right now. I know there's a lot going on, but I'll explain it. I believe last last video we talked about how we wanted to see price push up above above this high, which it did. And what I had planned is I said I now want to see price use the bottom as support and fill this fair value gap, right? So I'm currently bullish on the day for obviously tomorrow, but I want you to remember that tomorrow we have CPI, and CPI can go sideways in terms of bias, like it can just take us out, or it can, what I'm hoping, and this is probably gonna happen, go all the way up, fill this most probable fair value gap to reach into, fill this, and fill this monthly fair value gap. My bad, weekly fair value gap on SPX. It will fill this. If not, and I mean if not, like I mean the best thing we could see here is, I mean my bias is for it to fill this fair value gap and then come back down, obviously. But you know, you don't always get what you ask for. I just have these fair value gaps noted this way. If something does happen like that, right? Again, this most probable fair value gap is on the daily, found on the daily, and that's inside the weekly fair value gap range, whatever you want to call it. My notes are loading up. Good. Let's see what we had said about SPX. Okay, so we had this on SPX yesterday. So I now want to see the price. So it, ticked off the bottom. It looks like it actually went down and used the weekly fair value gap as support, right? Came all the way down and bounced right back up to these equal highs up here, which I marked as buy side for aftermarket because my prejudice, my bias, my thoughts was that this price, obviously came down because of was it news? I don't know what happened yesterday. I'm not even sure we had news yesterday. But I was doing PSAT, so I couldn't focus on that at all. Came down, hit doji, came back up, all that stuff. Probably hit a fair value gap right here, and then came back down, stuff like that. I thought it was going to use this as support and fill this in aftermarket. And so then pre-market, we would be bearish, right? Now we actually got something different. We actually came all the way down, almost to this weekly fair value gap below. Had a nice little bullish move up, and I'm pretty sure this was today. Yeah, this happened today, no? Yeah. I was gonna say, I literally remember watching this live. So I didn't take a trade. Actually, no, I did. I did take a trade, and it was a stupid trade, but I still made money. And today we had FOMC PPI, core PPI, and we have FOMC minutes. So I read through the minutes, and let me tell you, boys, this move was not accidental. This whole move, let's go on the 1 hour. Like, this is huge. You don't see this at fucking 3 p.m. You don't see this bullish candle. You don't see this whole move between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Like, it's usually just consolidating. Hence right here, like this on Tuesday, this was the 3 hour, this was the 4 hour candle. Very consolidated. This fully engulfed bullish. I mean, come on, to take out buy side, which isn't now for the after, it was just normal buy side. Okay, so normal buy side. So what happened? Right. 1 hour. Let's see where we are at for Wednesday. Wednesday opened right here. Okay. Looks down, we came down, right? Looks like it was a daily fair value gap yet, that orange space that we have. We made a swing low here, ran all the way up pre-market. Where's 3 a.m.? Okay, so 3 a.m. here. Looks like we swept London's low. Went all the way up. I guess we hit this fair value gap up here, consequent encroachment, went a little higher, boom. Displaced back down. We did get PPI at 8:30, so it was around right here. This was the PPI candle. Obviously, it was a negative on SPX, so or it was positive on the dollar, so it's negative on SPX. SPX obviously goes down to what level with PPI? Goes down to what's it called? Yeah, this weekly fair value gap. Okay. Now that's right, the OT. So I had this range formed, right? Obviously, this huge displacement. And I like to mark out with the OT because I wanted to take a bullish entry here. Why is this on here? So OTE, mark the swing low of here and the swing high. So you mark that out right here. And as you can see, the OT is actually perfectly lined up in the zone. So now what I like to do with my strategy is there a fair value gap or an order block or any kind of PD array that align with this level? And obviously on the 1 hour, you can see that there's a clear fair value gap right here. And that's the only fair value gap that I need to pay attention to. We're actually going to mark this in teal, and we're going to make this very not so colorful. Let's go down to the 30-minute, just watch. Then you can refine your you can refine your fair value gap, so you can see in this 1 hour, do we have another fair value gap? Yes, we do. It's actually from this candle's high to this candle's low, because we're focusing on this candle. So I'm going to bring that over here. Don't need to change that. 15-minute. Is there a more accurate fair value gap? Yeah, this candle to that high. So we're going to move it there. Boom. Okay. Now, you could keep it on the 30-minute, right? Because, and this is why, you see this black line or whatever, this is the 0.79, and this is the bottom of the OTE. So if my fair value gap was up here, it's not theoretically in the zone of this whole part right here. So I would like it here. Does that make sense? I would like it to fill that zone, knowing that there's a fair value gap here. Obviously, if there's a fair value gap here, that's fine. That's where most likely price is gonna want to reach into it, which it did, right? But you can never be so sure. So on the 15-minute, it looks like it wants to come down. But on the 5-minute, if you look at this fair value gap, perfectly executed, perfectly came right off, right? So we're gonna keep that there. Remember, we have, let me delete this real quick so you guys aren't distracted. We have minutes at 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. right here. Boom. And I'll mark it red so you guys know. Okay. So we have minutes at 2 p.m. right here. Motherfucker. Okay. So minutes come out right here. And I want you to realize that, okay, we're very bearish, right? This whole bearish. I even mark out this market structure shift. So this tells me like, yo, we're going down. You know what I mean? Like PPI just hit. We're going down. But we're going down until it reaches a very strong displacement fair value gap with a very strong OTE level that's it's respecting. That tells me that we're going to come in bullish. And so, you know, I said to Keegan, I'm all in for FOMC meetings. I'm bullish. I bought calls. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on. And the funny part, you want to know the funny part? I bought around here. You know the funny part? I sold here. There's no stop locks. You're just gambling. I closed my position here. And I could have went all the way up here. Was I done for that? No. It's FOMC meetings and FOMC minutes. I mean, like, no, I'm not done for that. I got my profits. I'm good. I'm out. I'm not. That's pure gambling at that point. If it was negative, boy oh boy, imagine this, but negative. Yeah, my account would have been fried. Anyways, so there was no like clear strategy that this was a good enter, but I mean, there's the OTE, right? Obviously, yes, there's a market structure shift. So we're actually going to look at the 1 hour just to see how my trade, if I were to go bearish, would be going like, right? So on the 1 hour, you see that we create a swing low right here of the current range, swing low, and this is created at 2 a.m. so right before London open, right? Boom, swing low. Then in that range, where's the nearest swing high? Swing high, right? Now, does that swing high take out this swing low? Yes, it does. Let me put this here. It does right here on this candle, right? Goes on the 30-minute, maybe more accurate, takes down on this 30-minute candle. So now what I'm looking for is a displacement fair value gap to re-enter off of, right? So what does that look like? At the moment, I'm not seeing anything. Even on the 1 hour, there's nothing. 30-minute, there's nothing. 15-minute, there's nothing. And the 15-minute is like, this is your last resort. I'm not going down to the 15 or the 5-minute to find a fair value gap off of this. If I don't find a big fair value gap, I'm not finding any little ones, right? Because there's so many. So right here, right after market structure shift, is there any fair value gaps at all that work? Well, yeah, there's one right here, right? And there's probably one on the 30-minute. No, it's just 15. So there's 15-minute right here, right? Boom. There's a tiny fair value gap right here. That's what I had marked out, right? Did I take this trade? No, but I could show you that that's one of my strategies. Market structure shift, we're bearish now, right? Because we just closed under. So now we're looking for displacement. It doesn't have to be near the market structure shift. It just needs to be in the displacement to get to that market structure shift. Usually it's after or like right in the middle. So that's what I look for. Obviously 15-minute is your last time frame. I'm not going down to the 5-minute. I want to find a fair value gap before going down to the 5-minute. The 5-minute is just to refine that fair value gap or refine that zone, right? As you can see, it's very choppy. There's lots of price action, lots of things going on. This wick comes all the way down. That I really don't like that because it just disrespects our fair value gap here. There's just, you can't really do anything about that. There's another fair value gap right here, right? Obviously, that's not the highest up here, and that's not the one that's on the 15-minute. So I'm going to concentrate on this. I'm also going to say, is there a 15-minute order block anywhere? Obviously, there isn't, and if there is, it's up here on the bullish. Actually, bullish is up, right? Yeah, it's up. Yeah, so never mind. Well, actually, I might be wrong for that. This is why I love my notes. I could just go here, go to vocabulary, go to order blocks. I always forget this. Ah, no, as you can see, yeah. So it's the bottom. So bullish. Okay, so we did have a order block. So bullish order block on the 15-minute. Got you. Template. ICTOB. Right. 5-minute drop down. Oops. And that could have been your entry. I mean, look, 2 PD arrays lining up, right? 15-minute fair value gap, order block, hits that order block perfectly, dropped onto the 3-minute for an entry. Probably 1 minute. I wouldn't have entered there, but let's just say you entered off here. Actually, before that, let's bring in our OTE, right? 5-minute OTE, where's the swing high, swing low? Obviously, we haven't made this swing low quite yet. But what I'm seeing is that we've made a swing high right up here, and then we've made a swing low. Actually, this would be considered our swing low here, because we just made that. Is it? That looks like the same price. I'm not gonna lie. That looks exactly like the same. This right here. I can't tell. So this close right here, or this low is 43.52.6. 43.52 point. Okay, so it's the same. So there's no swing. So the swing low is here. So OTE, it actually hits consequent encroachment on the dot. taken this probably right here. Put your stop up here. And then your profit or your take profit, right? Very short trade because you, again, if you had this marked out, you'd be like, oh, it just wants to fill this. So 4-2 risk to reward. That's the trade I would have taken if I knew that FOMC. If I didn't know that FOMC minutes were happening, but I didn't know that was happening, and I was aware, and all I was doing was waiting for that to happen, because when that hits, it created a huge displacement in the market, and as you can see, it just rallied all the way up and didn't give a fuck about anything. Just wanted to go back up to get this buy side, right? QQQ. I don't know what's going on, QQQ. I don't know why my chart is looking like this. It's looking fried as a fucker. I don't have anything marked. I don't know what any of this shit is, bro. Oh my god, so much blue. I fucking hate blue. Right, like, what is this fucking orange gap line? Like, what are we doing here, bud? What are we doing with this orange line? Is this a fair value gap? I don't know. Like, this to me is stupid. I don't know what this is. Is this a fair value gap that we disrespected, or oh, it might be actually. Yeah, I remember putting this up. Yeah, but we don't need that. Okay. Yeah, but there is a fair value gap here that we did disrespect. I'm pretty sure on the 1 hour. Yeah, I like to chart things on the 1 hour. So we have a bullish fair value gap here. Gets disrespected. Boom. So when price does come back up to it, it trades into it, trades as a support. Takes out Tuesdays. Wait, this happened 8 a.m. Oh, shit. So QQQ. Oh, damn. So QQQ actually took out buy side before. So SPX here had this buy side, which was the same as QQQ's here. Because SPX, this was on Tuesday. Same as Tuesday. And I should have had this marked out, this aftermarket thing for fucking QQQ, because it took out buy side pre-market. You see it, or 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm going to count that as pre-market. It's still a candle. Pre-market. Then it came down because it swept. And obviously you had PPI. So PPI got released at 8:30. So boom, straight down. And then straight down into this balanced price range to almost to the tick. And leads us right back off. And I'm pretty sure if I draw the OTE from, again, we don't have the swing low yet. So what's the nearest swing low to swing high? Swing low here. Swing high here. Boom. So did it go down in the golden zone? No. But did it touch the 0.62? Yes. Is the 0.62 aligning with a current bullish PD array? Yes. If you go down to a smaller time frame, does this align with more PD arrays that we might see? Possibly. Haven't looked into it. Let's see. Consolidation. I actually traded this yesterday. I actually shot myself. Wait, I didn't shoot myself. I was gonna shoot myself after trading this. I don't know what I was doing. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to get in the market. Let's go another 30-minute. Is there a zone range? So now, okay, what I'm looking for now is in this balanced price range, is there another fair value gap that could be used as a turnover, right? I'm not looking for any fair value gaps here, because that means that if we wanted to get down to this fair value gap down here, we'd have to disrespect this balanced price range, which means that this doesn't act as support anymore, which means that we've turned our bias to bearish. So the fact that this bounced off means that we're still going to be bullish, and I'm keeping this here because it is going to be used for support again, and if it breaks through, my bias now turns bearish, and we're going to target lower lows or whatever, right? If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? I don't know. Go fuck yourself. So I'm looking for fair value gaps in this blue area. Is there any fair value gaps? Sure. There's a big one right here, right? The thing with this one is that it's so big and you can't see it. And we've traded kind of into it. Okay, I want to look for a smaller one. Okay, is there a 15-minute one? Oh, sure. Yeah, it's right here. That lines up with this. shit right here. Like, oh yeah, cool, super. Yeah, no, there's nothing. I mean, I can't. Um, there's one right here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's like basically consequent encroachment. That's like right in the middle. Cool. Is there a second one that we could target? Sure. There's this one, but it's not as accurate. But it does tap into this, and it will tap into that. Did I know that? No, but um, it targeted the bottom of this balanced price range, so that's the fair value gap it took off, and this is just acting as more support. So that was that. NQ, I'm not even gonna go over NQ because literally nothing happened on NQ, just big bullish into a 4-hour order block. Yeah, but that's the video. Not really a trade recap, but if you stay to the end of the video, congrats, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've made some pretty long ass videos, and this is probably one of the longest, if not, it's up there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If I trade tomorrow, actually I won't trade tomorrow. CPI comes out. So and I'm a good trader, so I don't trade CPI no more. I don't even, I might. We'll see what price gives us. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.